Everybody being out here today is scrimmage number 1 for us, practice number 8. So I talked to the guys just about how much better can we get from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2. No different from game week 1 to game week 2. It was great to have our first responders out here. Just invite them out to practice to show appreciation for them, appreciate their commitment, their leadership, and what they do for this community. And just want them to understand this is their football team too, this is their program, and the service they give us on game day. I think last week we had Student Appreciation Day. This week was First Responders Day. Next week we'll do faculty and staff. And to me, that's so important, just to show this community and everybody involved how much they matter to us, this program, and this university. I think it's also a great opportunity for our players to kind of get to know those folks, and they get to know our players, and maybe we grow a new fan, or we grow a new season ticket holder, or in our Student Appreciation Day case. There's a book out there, The All Blacks. It's a rugby team, and they have their leadership principles. And one of the leadership principles in there is plant trees you'll never see. And I think with those students, just showing them how much we appreciate them, how much they matter to us, they're a big part of this thing. That's great for the fall and great for game day, but in 20 years, they may be Pirate Club members and season ticket holders. So I want to make sure we're building that with our fan base and with our programs. And I think we always got to be building our perception or our brand of East Carolina football, our university and our athletic program. So that's what those appreciation days are about. And just want to say thank you to all those involved out there who's a part of that. As far as the scrimmage goes, I thought we saw some good things. The thing I talked to the guys about is just playing with great effort and great energy, and making sure those things are at a high and all time. Get them ready for game day. It's hard to simulate that sometimes in practice because you have drills or you have stations or different periods. But you get out here, just play the game a little bit. Some of those things show up. How much you got to improve. Try to get even number of reps the best we can. It doesn't always play out that way. But I think we got some good work in. I think it's a good place for us to start and build for next week. The next 2 weeks, we got 2 more weeks of spring practice left. The next 2 weeks we'll treat like game week, as far as a Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday preparation, and then play the scrimmage on the weekend. So looking forward to that, see how much we can grow between this Friday and this time next week.
With the turnovers, do you celebrate it more as a defensive minded coach, or is it worry for your offense? How do you kind of approach it as a head coach?
I think like turnovers is always out taking care of the ball. I think it's playing to win number 1 for us. It probably correlates to a lot of wins and losses out there in the country. And both sides of the football, we've got to do a better job creating them on defense, taking care of the football on offense, and we will. Ray Joseph has had a great spring and done a lot of big things, and he had the one down here in the red zone, which kind of turned it around there. Really, kind of the red zone period won the period for the defense, but he's going to make a lot more plays than he's going to give that up. And he'll learn from that. Those are all teachable lessons, and that's why we go practice and try to simulate games as best as possible so we can learn from those moments and not make them on Saturdays in the fall.
You talked about
just first time scrimmaging out here. Who jumped out that made an impact today?
There's several guys that are competing and getting better. The O-line, I think, continues to get better and better every day. You got several new guys up front, Hayes Creel, Ethan Kramer, Brandon Best. We're all 3 new guys. Bryce Weaver's in there, and so they're playing together for the first time. But you see those guys grow and grow every single day. Kendall Walton's in there, Marley O's in there as well. That kind of, those 6 guys can kind of give us a chance to be successful and move the ball a little bit. We're holding a few guys out in spring ball right now. Just some of us, we've had some surgeries and just kind of get those guys taken care of in the off season, get them back to 100%. And then some guys we're being a little bit cautious with. I think we'll get back next week. Defensively, we've seen some guys move around, play pretty well over there. DJ Johnson's becoming a good linebacker. He's not there yet, but he's becoming one. And I think up front, the edge pieces, Josiah Robinson, Kendrick DeJour, Kieran Davis have all made strides. They still got a ways to go, like our whole football team, but they're starting to make some strides.
With both quarterbacks, it feels like they bring a certain level of moxie and leadership to the offense. What do you kind of see from them as they grow?
I really enjoy all those quarterbacks, and even Trey, the freshman. But Emery and Mitch both, they have a confidence to them. They throw the football well. They're not out there for the first time. They're not rookies. They know how to run the offense and get things set up. I think too, like you put yourself in a game day situation. You get all players healthy and the whole entire offense. I think we got 9 guys out on that side of the ball that could be out there with the ones right now. Could help those guys out as well, so it doesn't put so much on their shoulders. But I think they're doing a great job making some throws down the field. And, you're talking about a lot of new pieces on offense and not as many on defense, so defense may be a little bit ahead right there. But I think both quarterbacks are doing a really good job running the offense.
touched on it a little bit already, but how important is it to make those mistakes and learn those valuable lessons now compared to down the road between the scrimmage and the second one?
Yeah, a lot of times when you go through a game, even when you win a game, those mistakes don't stand out as much as when you lose a game. So in practice, making those mistakes, you want that to happen, or you want the other side of the ball or competition to put that pressure on each other so those mistakes happen, and we can see how we need to improve, where we need to improve, and how we can get better. So excited about that, and excited that we have good competition out here. I think not only do we have good competition between offense and defense, we have good competition within position rooms. I look at that corner room. The corner room is just maybe as deep and a bunch of guys in there that can play on game day than it ever has been. Now we just got to figure out who is, the top two guys going to walk out there first, and we can count on when it comes crunch time.
Going live probably for the most extended time spring, how do you think the tackling was, physicality?
Yeah, the tackling was pretty decent. We went live last week for a few snaps, not as many today, and I thought the tackling last week was pretty much garbage. We lost some leverage. I think we're doing a better job of their leverage pieces and flying around the football. We got to continue to do that. Offensively, we got to continue to challenge those tacklers and make each other better as well.
You mentioned there's a lot of moving parts on the offensive line. How do you guys get those guys to kind of gel as one and not as 5 individuals with as many moving parts as there is?
Yeah, because you're talking about, hey, Bryce is playing tackle, he's playing inside. I saw Hayes playing in both tackles today. Bryce played both tackles. The guards are rotating around. So it's a lot of moving parts to make sure those guys stay fresh. But you'll see those guys continue to kind of the cohesiveness and grow as a group as we go on. I think it's just reps and being around each other. And, they enjoy each other. They enjoy each other's friendship and company. And you see them hanging out outside the building and picking on each other. And usually when a group picks on each other, that's when they're pretty tight-knit. And that group is going to be. I think we can get Carson Jones back this summer. That'll help that group as well. He'll be in that mix somewhere and give us some depth. And we got a few guys that are banged up. Hope to get them back next week, get them a few reps as well.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it, man.